All right, all right, all right. What is up, YouTube? What is going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up, the catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight. Super pumped to get into tonight's stream. We've got a ton to cover. We're officially done with week 15. Finally, week 16 is here after a super long week. We got Steven in the house. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Got my Christmas gear on. Had to bring it from the videos into the stream. Had to get ready for it.
It is Christmas week as well. I should have mentioned.
It's on the horizon.
We got football tomorrow. We just got a break from football, and it's back. So we got a lot to prepare for. You guys already know what time it is, man. Week 16 fantasy Q&A. I'm pumped. Steven's pumped. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. If you guys watch this retrospectively, feel free to drop any comments, questions, concerns down below. What we got, Steve? I mean, we got into some good debate last night where we watched that Eagles game, but I think we're pretty caught up in terms of each other's perspectives on fantasy. But I didn't want to bring this up. I kind of thought about this today because last night's game, wasn't wildly entertaining. Washington is, doing Washington things out there with their boy Gilbert. But the aspect of that game that I think we kind of missed on is the fact that this Eagles squad is okay.
I'm not gonna argue that. I mean, they're definitely in the hunt too. I think it was easy for for both of us to kind of move off of Philly and start kind of jumping on this Washington wave as they were making their playoff push too. But this NFC East shakeup, the way it's really going to probably result is that both these teams are going to be on the outside looking in. I mean, there was like a brief second where I thought maybe they could jump in there and it could be two teams from the NFC East potentially, just because this NFC class is a little bit weaker than last year. But
sure,
Eagles group is good. I think they definitely have stuff to build on next year. They've got a great number of draft picks. The Colts definitely helped them out there. They got a young quarterback that I believe in. Because I know he works his ass off and he's got great raw talent, and they got a good receiver in Smith, so they have a lot to work with. I think Sirianni is a coach you can build around too. I mean, coming from the Frank Reich cloth, I mean, I do think that those kind of coaches have a certain kind of demeanor and certain type of attitude they bring. Yeah, I mean, I don't love his playing calling at times, but through talking to Ben, our mutual Eagles fan friend, and just kind of watching him over the season, like the one thing that does encourage me about him is you've seen him grow and you've seen him do something more important, which is he saw what he was doing in the beginning was working and he moved on from that. I mean, what you see a lot of shitty coaches do is they got a coaching philosophy. It's their road or the highway, and they don't change, right? They're not dynamic. They don't change up according to what's going on. So I thought that was good. I thought that was good about Sirianni. The run game is something that comes to mind for me. They got that installed.
That's the big thing is over the last like 6 or 7 games, they have almost 700 rushing yards. Like they're Miles Sanders over 100 rushing yards last night pretty quietly. Jalen Hurts gets it done on the ground. I think Smith has a bright future as well. He's making a lot of plays that aren't showing up in the stat book. He's a good blocker, which is not really going recognized right now as well. This defense makes plays. They're not a great defense, but they're a good defense. The secondary plays well at times. So I don't know. I think that they have a shot to get into the playoffs. Can they do a lot this year? I'm not necessarily sure, but you really look at the state of the Eagles last season, right? You have a quarterback controversy. You have a coaching controversy, essentially, right? And a lot of people thought the Eagles would be a very, very bad football team this year. And don't get me wrong, they have a lot of flaws, but I don't know. I think that they've been quietly, trending in the right direction. I think you touched on some good points there too about Nick Sirianni not being stubborn, right? And being able to change. Because at the beginning of the season, we were all like, why aren't you running the football, right?
And he kind of came on his number, the way they were using the running back position was actually like ridiculous. And it's almost like what they were thinking was going into the season, like, let's look at this Lamar Jackson-esque type of offense where the quarterback is such a runner. And then let's look at Jalen Hurts, who's a big dude. I mean, very thick dude. Let's make him a running offense. Let's make this a highly pass tempo type of team. And if we need to run a little bit, Hurts can do that for us. I think what kind of goes maybe unknown through that or kind of doesn't work out in the end is that like the ground game sets a precedent. This Eagles offensive line, I actually like it. I think it's got a hell of a number of players that can really get the job done on that line. So when you run the ball, you smash the defensive line in the face. It allows a quarterback like Hurts to kind of get some rhythm, right? He doesn't got everybody breathing down his neck. And I think that was just huge. I mean, shit, we saw Urban Meyer. I mean, he's the classic example to beat up on, but his biggest beef was he was not willing to change. Like he would not change his system. It was his road or the highway about everything. And as a coach, you just can't do that. You can't be that as a leader of men. Can't be that if you want to succeed in anything. You have to be willing to be flexible and to change.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I just felt like maybe that was something we missed on last night, you know? If they make the playoffs this year, I don't think they're necessarily a contender, but I think they got a good future, right? That's where I'm at. So,
yeah.
Week 16 is here, boys. Did you guys get to the playoffs? Did you not? Let us know. How's your playoff matchups look? I can tell you guys this much. If I had actually made the playoffs, I'd be a real threat. Okay. I was
pretty big asterisk there.
Yeah.
John, let me tell you this, though. I got to follow up because last night I dropped this like huge ball out there and then never really followed up on it. Cooper Kupp is not the number one player in fantasy, even despite that ridiculous performance last night where we didn't get to watch it. But
sure.
It currently is in NFL, FPPR, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, and then Tom Brady.
That's still, still in top 5 then.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks included, which is crazy.
Exactly, right? I think the other one that kind of surprises me there is Justin Herbert made it in there because he had a disappointing start, I would say, to the season. So
Cooper Kupp is on pace to break Calvin Johnson's single season receiving record, but he's on pace to break it at this week 16, because when Calvin Johnson played, he had 16 weeks. So it's not
that's impressive. Yeah, that's more impressive.
So it's not like he's on pace to beat it through 18 weeks, right? Which is crazy. And guess who was the quarterback throwing the football to Calvin Johnson when he set
Matt
that
Stafford.
record?
Matt Stafford.
So I think that's something, Pat McAfee talked about this today. So I'm kind of crediting him here, but he talked about the fact that, when that time comes, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer? That's a big thing to add to your resume. You help Calvin Johnson get to that spot in his career, and you're doing it with 2 completely different wide receivers, right? You gotta, it's the quarterback as part of that as well.
Can you at least slow the roll a little bit on that Hall of Fame thing?
Sure. He was also, I will say this, Pat McAfee also said, well, he let's put
he's got a lot to prove. To prove.
He's got to win a Super Bowl, but let's say that conversation comes up. This is, something that no other quarterback can say he's done.
Cool. He supported Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson. Megatron is arguably the best receiver of all time within that short time frame too. But for me, this is just being, my perspective here. For Stafford to make a Hall of Fame case, he not only has to win a Super Bowl, he has to put together a series of winning seasons, make the playoffs.
I'm telling you guys. A couple of years ago, I'm telling you guys, Steven loved Matthew Stafford.
I still do. No, I still do.
He would say,
I don't like the way underrated. The NFL narrative changes. The guy's not a winning quarterback. You can't just make him a Hall of Famer. You just can't.
He was with the Lions, though.
Dude, it doesn't matter, bro.
It's not his fault.
It doesn't
They're
matter.
Cursed. They're cursed.
I will say. But it's just. Can we think about another player that was with a shitty team that maybe could have been a Hall of Fame player-esque type of guy, a Super Bowl-esque type of player? Can you make the argument that Matt Ryan with a good offense, maybe he has a different career?
Bro, Matt Stafford's not Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan went to Super Bowl. Matt Ryan will probably make the Hall of Fame eventually. Here's the thing,
if he doesn't win, bro.
No, he will. He will. Here's the thing, dude. You have 50, 60 years to get in the Hall of Fame.
It's just bullshit, dude. I think it takes
They put
away from
everyone
the
in.
it takes away from the prestige of the game, man. That's my biggest beef with it. It just
So
we
you
need
think
to
to be a Hall of Famer, you have to win a Super Bowl at the quarterback
No, I
position.
think you need to be a winner. And I
Okay.
think the Super Bowl is important, but I'm not one of those guys. Like, I don't think MJ, the reason he's the best is because he's got more rings.
Let's
I,
keep it to NFL. Let's keep it to football, Steven.
but
Let's not bring
just
it
like
to
in
the
terms of like the
ballers.
way I evaluate someone, I don't think rings mean everything because that's a team thing, right?
Sure.
But I do think at the quarterback position, it's a little different, right? I mean, if you're comparing a QB and a running back for the Hall of Fame, it matters to me that the QB's been there, and it matters to me that the QB wins and is getting it done in clutch performances. Like staph infection, I think the greatest thing he offers and shows me is he's one of the toughest dudes in the game. I mean, he's injury prone, he gets banged up a lot, but he can take hits and he never cries about it and he never tries to ask to get out of the game. A lot of quarterbacks that can't, that's just not the case. I mean, Stafford's played with numerous injuries in his career.
So let's pivot for a second. The Rams, right? I don't think you're completely sold on them as
No,
a
absolutely
contender
not.
this year.
Absolutely not.
What do you think about another year in this offense and this team's continuing to mold together moving into next year?
Yeah, I do because I really think that the reason this team won't win a Super Bowl, I do think it's a bit of Stafford hasn't been there yet. But the biggest thing I think is the defense, right? Losing the coordinator over the offseason. The defense has not been anywhere close to last year or what we were expecting this year. And I think that has a lot to do with who is leading this group on the defensive side of the ball, but also just, gel. I mean, bringing over Von Miller midseason, he's not the same Von Miller, but
You had a
give him
sack
more
last
time.
night.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it actually in
One
a
sack.
Spanish commentary, and it was like "Vamos, Bundy Miller," and it was the coolest thing in the world, man. It was so badass. Reminded me of soccer commentary, but no, I'll tell you, man. I really do think that this defense, this offense together, getting Cam Akers and Henderson going again. If I'm taking a Super Bowl prediction for the year after, shit, the Rams are right up there, right up there.
Sure. Sure. There you have it. Steven hates Matthew Stafford. Let's get into the fantasy Q&A for the night because we got a lot to get into. I know we don't have a lot of time in terms of, week 16 starts tomorrow. A lot of you guys in tough playoff spots. So let's see what we got going. Appreciate everyone being here tonight. Appreciate you guys coming out. Hit that like button. Get going in the live chat, boys and girls. Let's get some conversation rolling. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys are ready for Christmas. Hope you guys are ready for the holidays, whatever you choose to celebrate. Hope you guys are having just a dandy week, man. I feel the energy tonight in here,
Dandy.
Catch fam.
I like that word.
Feeling dandy. All right. Christian, by the way, it's Wednesday. You put Tuesday night. I don't know if that was a mistake. It was. As soon as I hit the go live button,
We talked about it.
it does a countdown, and I was like, oh, shit. It says Tuesday night football still. But I changed that. Thank you, Christian, though. I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. Jason, what's going on, my dude? Appreciate you being here tonight. What's up, my guys? Hope everything is good with everybody. Appreciate that. Jason, right back at you. Nate, DJ Moore, or Ronald Jones? The better matchup is Moore.
Yeah, it is more, but over the night, just sleeping on it, I actually grew a little bit warmer to Ronald Jones, and so
Steven
I'd probably
slept
lean
on the
Jonester.
Jones.
I'd lean Jonester here.
Okay. I do too, actually. I do too. I
Yeah.
don't trust Carolina's offense. Moore had a decent game last week, but
No.
and don't get me wrong, Tampa Bay's secondary sucks, but I would just lean Ronald Jones. Tampa Bay is going to get in the end zone. Tampa Bay is going to do everything they can to win this game, man.
Yeah.
Coming off performance like that,
And I do think with the injuries at the receiver position, I think that this Bucs team leans on the ground more despite Fournette not being there.
Sure. Anthony, yo. What's up, Anthony? Max Steven looking so handsome.
Thank you. Thank you, Max. That means a lot.
Yeah, first time he's heard that in a little bit.
A long time. Long time.
Yeah. Steven with the Christmas lights tonight.
Yep.
Show us some action, bro.
You want to see a little bit of this?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It gets pretty serious in here, man. It can really I should have done like a trigger warning in case any of you guys have issues with lights, but
which Steven is allowed to say because he does have issues with lights. It's Crypt, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, or Uzma this week. I would go Uzma personally. He's playing the Ravens, one of the worst teams in the league against position. Safest 4, maybe Komet. Uzma gives you most upside. I wouldn't roll with Everett at all here. The Vikings
Really?
second. Vikings rank very well against tight ends. So yeah, I would personally play Uzma, but it's obviously not a great situation regardless of the 3 players. So
I kind of like Everett. 8 points this week against the Rams, almost 10 the week before that. And then he had 12 points against the Washington football team in week 12. He's been a good target. I mean, he's been getting targets from Russell Wilson.
sure.
I don't mind
Uh,
him. I don't mind him.
I think to be honest, most of these guys or these 3 players have pretty similar floors. I mean,
I kind of
if
lean away the most from Uzma just
really,
because,
yeah, sure, he's been super boomer bust. It's
yeah,
on paper the best matchup, but
yeah,
I'm not going to mind arguing against playing any of these guys, to be
yeah.
quite frank. So Max, very thick dude. Yeah, Steven likes those thick dudes, bro.
I do. I need him.
Ron the Goat. Oh yeah, I'm here. What's up, Ron? What's up, big dogs? What's
What is
good, Ron?
up?
Appreciate you being here, Jerry. What's up, Jerry? What's up, everyone? My team fell apart in the Catch Fam League. I'm trying to remember. Are you still in the playoffs? You are,
Must
aren't
not
you?
been.
No, you are.
He
You
must
are.
have had a bye.
I looked at this like an hour ago, and that's how bad my memory is these days. Shout out to the Catch family. Appreciate you guys being there. Yeah, Jerry, Jason Kenobi play, and then Straw Hat and Spencer winning by 1.08 points. Shout out to Spence.
Classic Spence, man. Coming in
Classic
clutch at the
Spence.
end.
Chase Brown. That's right. Chase Brown lost by a point. Very upset. Sorry to see it, Chase. Jerry, you scored like 170 points last week on a bye week. So you being sarcastic or do you have COVID? Oh, we'll pull it up. Ron the Goat, you're Jerry. Ron the Goat. Matthew Stafford is a winning quarterback. He do be winning right now. Ooh.
I like that. I
Sure.
like that. I like that energy.
Yeah, Ron. It does matter. Stafford is a high level QB. Matt Ryan. Oh,
That was like the first name that came to my mind, dude.
Breeze would have been the GOAT if he had a defense.
Yeah,
Sure. I mean,
he
he's
didn't
one of
have
the
a
best.
defense for like 3/4 of his career.
Yeah, he's one of the best regular season quarterbacks of all time, if not the
Yeah,
best. I think
I would
him and
say he
Peyton
probably
Manning.
is. He is the best, probably.
Him and Peyton Manning. Let's not disrespect.
No, absolutely
Peyton.
not. Absolutely not.
I don't think Stafford belongs in the Hall of Fame, says Jerry.
Yeah,
Did spend his entire career in Detroit. That's what's bullshit. Yeah, I mean, imagine if
it
him on
is.
just about any other team, right?
Imagine if the player movement stuff happened a little bit earlier in his career. I mean,
Yeah.
now just because you get drafted somewhere at the quarterback position does and you're good doesn't mean that you're stuck there. Right now, you can actually move.
Mhm. You need to win some Super Bowls, get in the Hall of Fame, says Jerry. Stafford hasn't even won a playoff game. No way he's Hall of Fame. Yeah,
Yeah,
look at this. I love the debate, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of this in the off season, so this is good. Testing the waters with the Catch fam.
is
Reese
it?
Henderson or Michelle, I have both. Man, what a disappointing week for both those backs going up against the Seahawks, who
I
are
was more disappointed with Mr. Henderson, to be honest. Michelle had 15 or 13 points in a PPR setting. Um, to me, what that game proved with that Seahawks Rams game more than anything was that maybe Henderson isn't full go, right? Maybe he isn't ready to go and be the lead back. And man, Sony Michelle, I mean, he's getting it done for this Rams team and replacing Henderson, right? So
yeah, I thought Hendo would be the guy, and I think a lot of people out there did, but then people also thought it was Michelle, and it's hard to call right now. So,
going up against the Vikings.
yeah, not the best
Ideally,
team.
ideally a good scenario if you could
Yeah.
have like the lead horse here, right?
I mean, if we're looking at last week, it's Michelle. Could that change this week? Yeah, it's hard to
Yeah.
say. Reese, where's your headspace at? Chat, let us know what you think about the 2 Rams running backs, Henderson, Michelle as well. Ron the Go, Dan Marino says hello, Journey or Jerry. Steven, get off the soapbox and read some comments. Dan is some rando. Rams beat Tampa before the ads of Odell and Von Miller. That's true. That game feels like
It was a
forever
great game.
ago.
It was a great game.
Yeah. Hot take: Darius Leonard will win multiple Defensive Players of the Year and win the Super Bowl with the Colts when all said and done. What do y'all think? Hey, I feel like Steven should
I do think he is that type of player. I think he actually already should have won Defensive Player of the Year in his career. Problem is these are media awards, and so they tend to gravitate to bigger market teams or teams with a little bit more of a sexy appeal. And unfortunately, since Peyton Manning, and especially since Andrew Luck, that has just not been the case with Indy. So it matters a lot about who is your squad, right? And I think that's like one of the bigger detriments to Jonathan Taylor getting MVP this year is he doesn't have the team sexiness either, right? Do you kind of get what I'm saying there, John? It does
Yeah, I mean,
matter
it's
a
the
lot
reason
about
that Aaron Donald's won it like every year of his career. Don't get me wrong, he's deserved most of those. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, but no, I think Leonard should be in the running for sure. Yeah, and multiple. Yeah, I mean, multiple means two. Could he win two? Yeah, for sure.
I truly do think him and Fred Warner for the 49ers are the best linebackers in the game right
Yeah,
now.
I
Yeah.
don't disagree. It depends, because I mean, you got guys on the edge too, like a TJ Watt. Uh,
Yeah.
but they're kind of playing more of a hybrid position, than a Warner or Leonard, who are really playing a middle linebacker. And obviously, like Bobby Wagner is kind of the goat. He's kind of becoming the old dog. I
Yeah.
think Leonard is the next Bobby Wagner in the league for sure. I think we've both
Yeah.
had that sentiment for a couple years now, or at
Mhm,
least
and
I think.
Michael Parsons is right up there too. I think
Yeah,
Micah,
jeez,
the way he's setting himself up is he's probably the most versatile of the
yeah,
entire group of athletes we just mentioned because
sure.
he can get it done in the middle at a super high level, but also one of the better edge rushers in the game.
That's a player that you just pray stays healthy his whole career just to see what he can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Uh, you know, we talked about Cooper Kupp at the beginning of the stream, and he just brought up Jonathan Taylor for MVP. I think Kupp should be in the conversation too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like I do think he should be, but we're fighting enough to get a running back the award. I don't think
I'm just
there is
saying in the
ever going to be a
conversation.
situation a receiver gets it, and if
No.
anybody has actually made the argument for it at receiver, I think it's Deebo Samuel, to be
Hmm.
honest. Because with at the receiver position, it's so inherently tied to the quarterback. It's so inherently tied to him. And if anything, Matt Stafford's gonna get. I get what you're trying to say, right? Not about if he would, but it's also about does he deserve it.
Yeah.
I would argue too. I think Debo might deserve it even more just because of
Hmm.
what he's getting it done. He's like a Cordell Patterson for this offense.
The last receiver who I saw who I thought really deserved it was Antonio Brown, that like peak year with the Steelers.
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was a year where quarterback play was pretty down as well.
yeah,
And he was easily the best player in the league. And
yeah.
I think I remember he got it that year, maybe Brady, but it
Probably,
was
probably.
it was someone like that. And they're just like, oh,
Yeah,
let's just give it to him again. Ron the Goat, LMAO, dude's name is Dan. It's Crypt. Okay, we got to that question already on the tight ends there. If Lamar sits again, play Huntley, Newton, Tannehill, or Matt Ryan. Yeah,
Huntley.
I do think in this circumstance you go Huntley. I do.
Yeah,
Because outside of that, you're just going for three quarterbacks who haven't done anything this year. So just roll the dice, right? I think you get somewhere in between his last two starts. I don't think you get 36 points again,
no.
but
I think he's got a great chance at 20 though.
sure. Kelsey got COVID. Yeah, Kelsey and Hill both on the COVID list. Brandon Cooks designated a COVID today is the only player I saw that I hadn't seen before today. Ron the Goat, I hope he plays. These options are yucky. Yeah, I'm with you. I got Lamar in my toilet bowl. So, who is more of a fantasy MVP, Cup or Taylor?
I think
Uh,
it is.
I
I
would
think
say
it's Cup.
Cup because of where you drafted him.
Yeah,
You drafted him much, much later. Now, Taylor, to some degree, had such an interesting ranking in the offseason. Like this was like a top 6 guy,
oh my gosh, yeah.
and then like a top 3 guy, and then
The Wentz and Nelson injury
yeah,
happened
yeah. Then
back
he
to
drops to
back,
like the
and
second
boom,
rounder,
yeah.
and it was like, and
We
then
dropped a video right after it, right? We dropped a
yeah,
video, reaction video saying, and we talked
gosh,
about JT. Yeah, don't watch
so,
that video, guys. Don't watch that one.
somebody, somebody, go find that video he did after Carson Wentz got injured. That was like, I don't think I could
That
rewatch
was
that.
cringy, man. That was cringy.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. That'd be a good laugh for some of you guys. Jerry, go watch that. I know Jerry will watch it. You have to scroll down pretty far. Max says Cup. I agree. Ron the Goat. I'm getting both their jerseys if I win it. Also, yeah, you should. It's Crip. Kelsey down, but Najee and Dalvin better work this week. Yeah, I think Najee is someone that you put back into your lineup and you just forget about last week. And Dalvin
John, what
Cook.
do you think the chances are that Kelsey does play this week?
It's hard to say. I mean, as long as these players are vaccinated, I mean, they can play. As long as it's not tomorrow's game, they can play. So if they're in Tennessee or the Niners, I'd be worried. But outside of that, it's really hard to say. This is hitting some players harder than others, but generally speaking, it's not hitting them very hard. It's just a lot of them are asymptomatic. It's a majority of NFL players who are testing positive are asymptomatic. So yes, the chance is high, but they're also really trying to contain this virus within the league too, because this hurts starting players, which means games aren't as exciting, which hurts views, which hurts owners who pay these players millions of dollars, who hurts players who earn a certain amount of money for each game they play. So we're nearing we're in the playoff push, right? So there's a lot of aspects here. So it just depends. But I think, yeah, he's got a fine shot to play if we're looking at it from realistic. Oh no, the new
Sucks for
protocols,
me.
right?
Sucks for me.
Yeah, you do have him against you. So yeah. Ron the Goat, both in my opinion. Hey, get both their jerseys, bro.
Yeah.
Made for TV _
Some made for TV.
What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. OG member of the Catch fan here. OG. I'm in. What's up? Let's go.
Let's get it.
Thanks to JT, Mike Williams, Hollywood, and Pittman, I've been a huge letdown and helped lead to my 4-game slides. Thankfully, I barely snuck in because of points. Would you trust 2 of these 3?
No.
It's tough too.
I think you can have trust issues with Michael Pittman and Hollywood, but I don't think you can trust Mike Williams at this point.
I think you got to start Hollywood and Pittman just due to sheer volume. So I agree with that. Good to see you, man. Hope everything's good your way. Let us know what else you need on the night. Ron the Goat, I had Lamar, Uncle Lenny, JT Cup, Deontay Kittle with Saquon at flex. I was killing it. Yeah. Injuries, COVID. It's rough right now. Juan, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Devonta Parker or AJ Green and PPR. I would go Parker personally. That's this one thing kind of pointed out from this Cardinals team right now without D-Hop is that communication between Kyler and AJ Green is not fully there. If you go back and watch some of this tape, even going back to who was the team they lost to? Was it the Packers, right? Yeah.
It's Green Bay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you go back,
that was horrible, bro. I've never seen route running lose games like this.
There's more plays like that since, right? And don't get me wrong, AJ Green's put up some good stat lines too, but I think Parker is just a better option in general. Our boy Waddle should be back, but Lattimore is going to be on him most of this game. So Parker should see less defensive pressure, and the rest of that Saints secondary is bad. So I would lean Parker here between those two. I loved Hendo as much as you guys, but I'm glad I sold him when I did. Good. Well, Prodigy, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Been a little bit. Yo, boys, what's going on, man? Got playoffs coming up after my first round bye. I don't know if I'm going to start Jefferson, so I picked up Antonio Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who should I start in the flex?
It's AB 100% if he's fully active.
I think we have to, right? But right now he's still listed as questionable. Still has the ankle injury. I don't hate Van Jefferson.
No, I mean I think St. Brown. If AB's not there, St. Brown's there.
Yeah, but I think you got to roll with AB if he starts. Can we talk about AB? Chat, let us know your thoughts on AB as well, right? Because, I mean, this Panther secondary has not been playing well, but you still got some good corners on this team. And the only other person they got to worry about is Gronk, really, unless Miller and Johnson get it going pretty quickly, right? So I don't know. Is anyone out there worried about starting Antonio Brown, or because he's the number 1 receiver on the Buccaneers, presumably, we have to start him, right? Because he's going to see the volume. He's going to make some plays.
I talk about it in the must-start receiver video. I mean, I'm loving AB this week. I just think he, John, and I think you would agree with this too. I think he is one of the best receivers in the game to ever do it. I'm not even worried about the conditioning with him coming back after so long. He took a year off from football basically and came back, and it was like he never left. But I truly believe his route running, his catching ability, and just his ability to play the game is going to make any corner, regardless if it's Gilmore or anybody, look foolish.
Yeah,
And especially when you've got Tom Brady being able to pinpoint every single pass.
yeah. I just playing devil's advocate as an Antonio Brown owner, right? Ron the GOAT, I'd start AB. Godwin and Evans still out. Yeah, Godwin's out for sure, and Evans will not be back in time. That's for sure. Jerry, questionable players on my team: Sanders, Ertz, Connor, Hill, Reynolds out. Players on my team: Beasley, Fournette. With Fournette out, I have 2 running back spots: Connor, who's questionable, Ronald Jones, or Sanders, who's questionable. I don't know if Connor's going to be back in time, and even if he is, it's a very bad matchup. If it's Miles Sanders, I'm assuming it is. I think Ronald Jones and Sanders are fine this week, Jerry.
Yeah, I like
Uh,
Sanders this week.
Sanders is starting to become a play every single week. On the go, Debo over Cup. Steven with spicy takes tonight. I thought that was a little spicy too.
Yeah, and I'm not just trying to sound hot takey. I mean, John, do you kind of get what I'm going for there? It's just like when I think MVP, regardless of sport or team, I just think about a guy that if he wasn't there, I honestly have no idea what his team would be doing. And the 49ers have clearly proven that they have no idea what they're doing if Debo Samuel isn't getting the ball. Whether
Sure.
it's running touchdowns in, and he is the leading scorer for this team on the ground right now, or it's throwing him the ball. I mean, the guy can do everything on the field.
I'm Team Cup.
What if Debo was on the Rams? Is my point.
What if Cup was on the Niners?
Yeah, please make that argument.
Oh man. My options for net out are Montgomery, Rojo, or Barkley. Montgomery's coming back this week. Okay. Do not care what anyone says. James Robinson, Montgomery, and Javonte Williams / Melvin Gordon all must starts this week. You got to start them if you own them. Okay. Rojo and Barkley, good enough options. But I would start Montgomery, even if the game script didn't really support him last week. He only had 8 points. I get it. But yeah, I'm good there. Bandra, what's going on? Appreciate you coming out tonight. Glad to have you here. Which tight end should I start? Fearmouth or Waller? They're both questionable at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. I think if Waller starts, Fearmouth has been the better tight end on the year. Isn't that crazy?
No, not really, because Waller hasn't been there all season, really. And when he has
I
been,
guess
he's
that's
been banged
true.
up. I don't know.
I
I mean,
guess
I
that's
think I
true.
would lean Waller coming back, even though it wouldn't be something I'd
You
have a
got it.
lot
I
of
mean,
I wouldn't have a lot of conviction in it.
he's got Denver.
And then Freiermuth is Kansas City.
I kind of like Fearmouth more. But it's just Waller's been Steven says Waller. I say Fearmouth. It's close though. Chat, let us know for Bandra. Who would you start? Fearmouth or Waller? Assuming both are healthy. Jew, some folks, Ertz or Goddard this week, Deontay or AB. Personally, I think you stick with Goodert. Stick with the Good. That's another guy we didn't mention earlier. But actually, you know what? I take that back. I like Goddard a lot versus the Giants. But listen, Steven, we're giving the Colts a lot of praise lately, but they can't defend the tight end position.
They can't stop the tight end
No.
to save their lives.
No, they just gave up 2 TDs to Hunter Henry. Made the must-start list last week.
Yeah.
When I got that right. In that game, that was the only thing I got right. But other than start JT, right, which everyone got right. But yeah, I go Ertz.
Yeah.
Play him against the Colts. Deontay or AB. You kind of got safer floor with Deontay, higher ceiling with AB.
I would agree 100%. I mean, I always feel bad with the must start receiver videos because I want to include Deontay every single week. I mean, he's probably my favorite receiver, the way he plays the game. I love those guys that just catch a shit ton of passes. But I think the way you laid it out is perfect. Safer floor, Deontay, higher upside, AB. And if it was me personally in my league, I'd probably be starting Deontay because I'm the kind of fantasy player who I want everybody who's gonna give me a safe floor because I don't like when shit hits the fan. I hate that. I
Yeah.
hate that, especially in the playoffs.
Better defensive player to build around, Darius Leonard or Micah Parsons? It's a great question.
This could be a good question in the offseason too to really break down, but I'd probably say gut instinct. I'd go with Leonard for a variety of factors.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you just don't have to worry about anything defensively. Like he's your Mike linebacker. He's calling everything, and he does it to a T. No offense to Micah Parsons. Imagine those two on the same team. Terry, what's going on? Appreciate you being here tonight. Pick 2.5 PPR: Foreman, Barkley, Howard, AJ Green, Penny, Stevenson, Craig Reynolds, Justin Jackson. Foreman for sure, in my opinion.
I like Barkley this week.
I was about to say.
I was a hater of him last week, man. I was shitting on him. I didn't like that Dallas matchup, but I like this one. I like this one too.
I go Foreman and Barkley there for sure. Jerry, it says that Hill might be able to play on Sunday. Yeah, I think that him and Kelsey have a shot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, I started JT through Wentz and Nelson's injuries, and it paid off absolutely. Kyle, hey guys, what's up, Kyle? I'm gonna get a quick jerk and be right back.
Gotta do. Keep the head straight. Huh?
Word. Which defense should I start? Eagles or Bills? Ooh,
Eagles.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Ron the Goat, what's up, Kyle? Who do they play, Jerry? Eagles versus Giants, Bills at New England. Yeah. Jason, next year, JT versus Derrick Henry matched up twice. I wish I could fast forward to next season and see that game. AFC South got hands down the best running backs.
I know. Yeah. I hope Derrick Henry, even though it's, a rival, I really do hope this injury doesn't kind of persist.
Sure. I'm scared of New England. Personally, I go Eagles. Yeah, I agree, Ron.
Yeah.
Made for TV _ Landry, Josh Reynolds, or Gabe Davis over Pittman. If Goff plays, I like Reynolds this week. Landry, I'm scared of the Browns, man. If you're not Nick Chubb going up against a bad run defense, I'm scared of the Browns fantasy wise offensively. Davis, I do like. It's a tough matchup. He has scored against New England on the season, but I would fade Davis with a lower floor there, lower ceiling. I like Reynolds if Goff plays. I do, but if Goff doesn't play, go Pittman.
I'd probably go. Fuck, this hurts to say. I'd probably go Pittman, Davis, Reynolds, Landry.
Yeah, I think I agree. Miles Sanders and Rojo. It's scary
times, man. That's scary shit right there.
It's a scary week.
You want to know the scariest shit about that, though, dude, is that Ronald Jones could touch it once and be out of the game for the rest of the game in your fantasy playoffs. Because Bruce Arians fucking hates him, bro. He hates him.
Lev Bell's coming in right away.
Dude, he's been playing this year. Like, we want to laugh at Lev Bell, but, like, he has played this year. Like, it's not like he's coming off. It's not like Todd Gurley just got signed. Like, he's conditioned.
What is Todd Gurley doing?
I don't know. I think he must be in really bad shape.
Can you buy Le'Veon Bell's album? Like, can you buy hard copies of it?
I hope so.
You can buy hard copies of Le'Veon Bell's album. I want to.
That should be a trophy for the toilet bowl.
It should. He had an actual album. I don't think Antonio Brown just had like a song, and then Cole Beasley has a mixtape. Which
I want that.
I respect Cole Beasley's the most for some reason. Mark, what's going on? Mark, good to see you. Sit one. Ayuk, Daryl Henderson, Mike Evans, AB. It's probably gonna have to be Evans.
Yeah.
Just by default.
And then
it's
Henderson.
Theoretically, if Evans plays, and sit Henderson. Jason, Colts have a league high 7 Pro Bowlers this season.
That's pretty crazy.
Steven's happy about that.
Yeah.
Wild Prodigy, my team is Rodgers, Eckler, AJ Dillon, Jefferson, Kupp, Schultz, Debo, AB, Tucker, and Packers D. I think I'm sitting pretty good. I could pick up a different D, but I like Green Bay. Should I keep Green Bay D or pick up another Wild Prodigy? Let us know who's available.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw out names. I don't think Steven does either if they're not available. I like Green Bay a little bit more this week, although I liked them last week too. What am I saying? But I'll let us know who's available.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you guys haven't checked out Wild Prodigy's page and you've not watched his guitar cover, Kendrick Lamar's Mad City, go do that and then come back to the stream because it's
I've listened to a
good.
lot of Kendrick Lamar recently.
I have been too, actually.
He's so good.
I like that one song, the like bonus track with Dr. Dre on Good Kid, Mad City.
Mm.
Not Compton, that's the one that's on it. But what's the other one? It's really going to bother me.
I'm bad with titles. I like the art of peer pressure.
Yeah. I'm really trying to think of this other song. Someone, Jerry, can you figure that out for me? Songs, Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre. Terry, I think we go Foreman and Barkley here, my dude. Kyle, okay, I'm back all done.
Hey, can we take a second real quick, though?
Yeah.
That was quick. But can we take a second real quick? Let's talk about Craig Reynolds, who is listed for Terry. Looking like Swift and Jamal Williams are going to be back for this Lions team. At least they're back in practice. So, holy shit. Why are they doing that? First off, why are the Lions putting Swift at risk of injury? This guy is like the future of your franchise, the one good spot on your team. What are you doing, Campbell? You don't need this win against Atlanta, but also, I know. No, they don't.
They need to move back. They need to move back a draft
picks,
pick,
bro. Jockey draft pick.
Dan Campbell does not want a good draft pick. He wants a worse draft pick, and he wants to cry tears of happiness. Okay, don't question Dan Campbell.
I don't, because I do think it actually does probably help them more if they finish on a good streak. I think it does bring a certain element to next season.
It is a good point. It definitely makes Craig Reynolds not as attractive.
Makes him totally useless.
I think you got to kind of fade that.
Yeah, selection. Big time.
Foreman is missing 2 starting O-line. Any cause for concern? I'd say no. The volume's still there. The Titans are still going to use him. So I still go Foreman and Barkley personally. Mm-hmm. Kyle says, yeah, Terry. If Hill doesn't play, that leaves me with Kupp and a missing wide receiver spot. I picked up Reynolds as a backup. Should I look for another guy or wait for Hill? I think Reynolds and Kupp are fine, actually, in my humble opinion. And I do think you just wait and see what happens with Hill. Jason, scarier playoff teams, Patriots or Colts? Colts for me.
I'd probably say the Colts too, yeah.
Not that this is really something to go by, but NFL just released their power rankings, and Colts jumped the Pats in the rankings. So,
actually, I feel terrible about saying this, but I actually am going to switch my pick to the Patriots here.
Ooh, Steven's
just because I do think in the playoffs, the quarterback position matters.
Sure.
And I think the Colts have a better team, a really good coach.
Got one problem.
But they got a big problem.
Hey. We've been kind of hating on our boy Carson. But I'll say this.
I've given him credit this season, bro.
I'll say this about Carson. I think he really, really wants this team to win. I think he can really find it within himself to hone it in the playoffs if they make it. I think that,
bro. But did you watch the Patriots game? Like he threw no passes, and he
doesn't need to.
More than half of them were interceptable balls dropped by the defense, like literally in their hands.
Watch that game.
Dropped.
Yeah,
I was like, I mean, dude, I was steaming, bro. If there was milk near me, it would boil.
I don't know why to go milk and not just like water. Chase, hey fellas, what's up, Chase? Good to see you, man. Jerry, the recipe, yes, thank you. That's the song by Kendrick Lamar. That's like one of my favorite songs right now. Thank you, Jerry. I really appreciate you, man.
That's a clutch move.
That really, when you're thinking and you know it. Yeah, thank you, Jerry. My brain has stopped hurting. Chase, PPR, I'm starting Kamara, Patterson, flexing Rojo, benches Gage, Barkley, and Henderson. Should I make any changes? I would consider Barkley over Rojo.
Yeah, personally. I like Barkley this week.
Yeah, it's a far better matchup. That would be the only thing I would consider. I like Gage. Shout out to my boy Russell Gage, but I would go Barkley over Gage. Jason, are you all drafting Cup ahead of Debo, Hill, Adams, Jefferson next year?
No.
It depends on where Adams goes, but probably not. And
Yeah.
Jefferson's that dude. Like we can't fade Jefferson.
Hill's that dude.
Hill is
Hill's that
probably the
dude.
best upside of any player in the at the position, right? Steven in love with Debo, but
No, I'm not taking Debo over any of those guys. I'm just
even
saying
Cup.
I'd take Cup over Debo.
Put it, guys. Write this down. Steven thinks Cup is a better receiver than Debo and should win
I think he's
MVP.
a better receiver, not a better player.
Okay,
Not a
fair
better
enough.
player.
I would consider Cup over Debo.
Yeah, I would probably go
The other guys,
Adams.
it's really close.
I'd probably go Adams, Hill, Jefferson, and then
I don't know.
no,
Man.
Adams, Hill, Cup, Jefferson, Debo.
I do think Cup probably offers a little bit more upside than Jefferson.
Yeah.
It's very close. I mean, those are easily your top guys next year.
Jefferson's yardage total right now is really high as well. I think he's like right behind. I mean, Coop's obviously separated himself, but he's right there too.
Jefferson wearing like the Pro Bowl Randy Moss jersey warm-ups, and then
that was fresh.
It was funny. I saw like a video highlight. One of the highlight channels on YouTube was like the Fortnite graphic gave Jefferson his powers, and then like it showed the graphic and it showed him scoring the touchdown. It was funny. Anyways, Juke, kicker question. Let's see what Steven's got here. Prater, Bass, or another waiver kicker?
I mean, I'm actually actively fading Bass at the concern of telling John because we compete for waivers. I am actually dropping Bass this week. And I will be looking to the waivers. So Young Waku is one guy that comes to mind. Dustin Hopkins, another one. You had Matt Prater on the squad, though, a stinker last week against Detroit. I try to be, not too focused on what just happened with, how you're going to project out a player. So I actually think Matt Prater is a really good play again against the Colts this week, which I think is going to be one of the higher scoring affairs in all of the matchups this week as well. So I don't mind Prater here, but let us know who's on your waivers, right? Let us know what are the options you got, but not Big Bass this week.
Also, Tampa Bay or Phillies defense? I go Tampa.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But I'd probably lean Tampa too here. Philly going up against Washington. I kind of expected them to have a better game going up against Gilbert, but yeah, I'll go Tampa here.
You're betting against Gilbert?
I thought Philly was gonna fucking destroy them, bro. To be honest,
Gilbert,
Gilbertster, yeah, Gilbertster. Yeah. I kind of like to add the stir to him.
Okay, Jerry, boiled milk.
Yeah,
that is a thing that people do somewhere.
Yeah, I boil milk every Thursday and lather myself with it. It's a skin healing mechanism. John introduced it to me back in 2006. John said, Steven, I've got something to help your skin. And guys, if you haven't noticed, I have flawless skin, a lot better than John. And it's all to the credit of John. The boiled milk skin regimen, guys. Look it up. Look it up. It's real.
Sometimes I question our decision to get into this. Let's move on. John Edwards, what's going on, John? Good to see you, man. Hope you did fantastic tonight. What's up, guys? What's up, John? Great name, by the way.
He's got the H, though. He's got the H.
Sometimes I wonder about Johns with an H in their name. And if you like me, because I don't have an H, but I get it. It's not your choice. You're born that way, just like I was born with no H. So,
this way.
Javonte Williams or David Montgomery and Josh Jacobs or CH PPR. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful, blessed evening. Hey, appreciate that, John. Right back at you, bro. Listen, man, I go Williams and Montgomery all day long here. Love this matchup for Williams. Going against the Las Vegas Raiders, a team you want to stream against every single week. And David Montgomery's got the Hawks. They played okay versus that split backfield of the Rams, even though we didn't get to watch that live. But the stats show that, right? Michelle still had a decent game. I think you just look at the matchups. You got to go Williams. You got to go Montgomery as long as they're fully healthy. If they're not, you can plug in Jacobs or CH. They're fine starts too. But Williams and Montgomery all day long here, man.
Who do you lean between the two, Jacobs and CEH? These guys are ranked very similar in most sites, and I mean, when you look at these two guys, they're kind of different players in my mind.
Oh, you know
too.
who I pick here, bro.
Jacobs.
I pick my boy Jacobs
against Denver too.
Yeah,
I mean, he does. The one thing Jacobs,
he gets the goal line touch.
He gets the goal line touches, and I think he is more consistently used with his offense because CH. I would want to do this. I mean, what if Hill and Kelsey are out, right? Then I would probably lean CH as a third option here. But yeah, I think Jacobs is the guy despite the hard matchup.
Sure. Jerry, should I drop Bass? Depends on who for.
Yeah, it depends on who you got, but yeah, he's droppable.
Crosby, Elliott, Hopkins, McPherson, Gold, Sanders on waivers for Jew.
All right, so for me, it's really Prater versus these guys, right? So
I go Prater.
I mean,
I'm not a kicker expert.
So. I would go Prater or Hopkins here. I really do like Hopkins this week as well to get it done. So I would say it's between those two. Who are you more convicted in? And if it's not just who are you more convicted in, kicker-wise, which offense are you more convicted in? But I would say slightly into Prater here.
A lot of use of the word convicted there.
Conviction is a real thing, man. It's just, are you convicted, John?
And what?
Actually, that's a good point. That actually has other meanings.
John's face while Steven is talking about rubbing milk on his face. Yeah. I've given that face.
This is something that happens in real life too, guys. Yeah, whenever John and I are together, I'll talk about shit and John will just sit there like, what the fuck am I doing, man? And I'll just keep talking. I just won't stop talking, man.
It's not just me, for reference. It's just about anyone.
There's a lot of people.
Contact with Steven.
I had a work event tonight, and I went on this rant about ice skating for like at least 10 minutes, and everybody was very confused.
Have you ever ice skated?
I have a couple times, and both times very unsuccessful.
But I mean, I can't talk much there. I can't.
Yeah, you don't seem like you've got the you got the prototype build.
I'm the opposite of an ice skater. That's for sure.
You're like Will Ferrell in that ice skating movie. What's that movie called? With him and Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one.
I see you still look like a 16-year-old girl, but not hot. Jason, start Bass, Gay, or Suck Up. I go Gay personally.
Yeah. I love Gay. I love
you. Gotta start Matt Gay, bro.
Gosh, he's so good.
Ron the Goat. I'm in a double QB league, and right now I have Cousins and Newton. Can I lean on them during the playoffs? Drew Lock, Mullen, Fields, best on waivers, so they kind of have to be. You could consider Fields over Newton.
Fields.
Do you trust Newton more than you trust Fields?
I don't.
I think I go Fields.
Yeah.
That was a very unflattering angle of you, Steven. You're just doing
right in there.
You're like just
right there.
John Cleary, what's going on, my dude? Appreciate you being here. Jeff Wilson or Chase Reynolds in PPR?
Wilson.
If Mitchell doesn't play, you got to go Wilson. If he does,
like regardless.
Then Reynolds. We just kind of talk about Reynolds, right?
He's useless.
Yeah, you got the rest of that backfield coming back. So if Mitchell comes back, then you might look at completely other options, though. Hopkins when they go on fourth down all day.
Yeah, so Jew, I actually talk about this in the kicker video. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go take a look. But when you start looking at Hopkins' numbers on the season and you start kind of breaking that down, you can almost kind of pinpoint when they're going for fourth, right? And it's typically he has bad performances or worse performances when they're in these tight matchups or they're behind or they lose, right? And that's resulting because they're going for it on fourth all the time. Going up against Houston, John, I mean, I don't think you're predicting Houston to win this game, right? I think the Chargers are going to handle their business here and get it done. And that's why I think Hopkins is going to have one of those games correspondingly with the rest of the season where he gets it done too. So that's kind of my take. we're seeing this fourth down stuff. We're seeing this red zone stuff going for it when they are in these tight games, and I don't expect that to happen this week.
Jerry, John is a king of saying conviction. Yes, I am. That and trust your gut instinct.
Yeah, John, what other words have we said a lot?
We should probably ask our viewers, what are common phrases and words that both Steven and I say on a regular basis, other than conviction and trust your gut instinct? Because I know I say both of those a lot.
I say with that said. I say that a decent
amount.
amount.
I say, there's one I say all the time. Oh, gosh.
Sexy. I'm going to continue to say sexy, so.
No. Ron the Goat, I don't trust either. Fair enough. Yeah, like I said, you might have to look at all other options there. Nonetheless, I say nonetheless.
yeah, you like nonetheless. I like that one too.
Yeah. I say that a lot. Deshaun, what's going on? Good to see you here. Hope you're doing fantastic. Happy to have you with us tonight. Tyreek Hill and Debo are my wide receiver 1 and 2 if Hill plays. Awesome.
Holy shit.
Who should I flex? Patterson, Deontay Johnson, or Keenan Allen? Patterson or Johnson?
For me, it's Patterson and Allen.
Yeah, it's like you could really. This is a very good position to be in, Deshaun. I think Hill has a pretty good shot at playing. Great job on your wide receiver core as well.
Holy crap.
You could really flip a 3-sided coin. Is that a thing? A 3-sided die with their names on it, and
yeah, I was gonna say coin. I don't know if I've seen one of those yet, but 3-sided coin.
You get the point. Yeah,
rare collectibles.
Yeah. Simon for President. Hey, Catch fam, thoughts on Mixon this week?
Full participant in practice today. Full participant in practice. Not the best matchup against the Ravens, who are actually number 9 on the season against the RB spot there. Had a little bit, just under 12 against the Ravens earlier this season. I like him. I mean, if he's there, you're playing him. It's Joe Mixon, right?
Yeah. I have Monty, Chubb, and Sony. If he doesn't play, it's probably Monty for me. But Chubb's not bad either. Can you guys look at the available kickers in the Catch Fam League? All right, we got Elliott Fry for Kansas City stepping up for the Butker. We've got Michael Badgley, Jason Myers, McManus, Jake Elliott, Youngway, Q, Brett Meyer, McPherson, Boswell, Santos, McLaughlin, Jacksonville's kicker, Graham Gano, Jason Sanders, Randy Bullock.
Why don't you take a shot at that Carolina kicker? See if you can do that one. Liam.
No. Skipping that one. Who is that guy? He looks like a gangster, dude.
Literally no idea.
He was on
He's got a Rams uniform on.
He was on the Washington football team's practice squad. Yeah, just start him, Jerry. I mean, there's some good options here, Jerry.
Yeah, I like Badgley. I like Youngway Q.
Yeah.
And I like Elliott and Boswell. I do think Boswell actually has a high ceiling here, but we've seen him kind of fall as of late. He bounced back slightly this last week, right? Had 14 points bro. Yeah, right. It's just the offense. I'm expecting Kansas City's defense to get it done this week. But I think Badgley, man, I talked about it in the kicker video. I really do like this guy for the Colts. But he does have a lower ceiling than I think the other guys I mentioned as well, though. That's the one thing about about Mike Badgley. Jake Elliott, though. Jake Elliott's the real deal for the Eagles.
So if I didn't drop Matt Gay earlier in the season, I'd be in the playoffs right now. I just looked at the numbers, ran them.
Matt Gay, that was your calculation?
Him or Justin Tucker. I mean,
yeah.
What a weird coincidence that
came down to kicker.
Kickers are my downfall.
Yeah.
I think Eckler plays.
No.
Really?
I'm just so pessimistic on Eckler this week, man. I don't know if I'm being biased or what, but
he played last week.
Well, yeah, he played, but he's in COVID protocol. They just placed him on the reserve COVID-19 list today, and he tested positive for the virus. So I don't think he's playing.
He's got time to come out of it. That's a healthy dude. There's one man in the NFL who's pretty healthy. Could kick a virus in its throat.
I'm not playing him this week.
You're not playing him in your first playoff game.
I can't, dude. I'm telling you,
Steven, last night, Steven is on here. Okay. Steven's on here rooting against the one guy in our
This is
league.
bullshit, bro. This is bullshit.
I knew when you're like, I play Bryce. I was like, I think you're wrong. I don't know why, but I just think you're wrong.
You know it makes no sense mechanically how I'm wrong, right?
I don't know about that. I've heard you say that a lot in your life.
I was the lower seed of the top 2 teams. I was number 2,
Yeah.
and therefore I should play the higher ranked seed, which was Bryce. So it must have gone off of points, and that's why I'm playing Tyler, right? Either way, I'm not sleeping well at night, right? Either way.
I think your guys' teams actually compare pretty well.
Yeah, well, you go screw off.
I just wanted to like mess with your brain this morning, so
yeah.
I was actually going to keep going, and then I stopped. I had it typed out. I was going to say you're fucked, Steven. And then I was like, I'm just gonna keep getting ready for work. Okay, Jerry. There's a lot of good names. I need number 1 kicker to drop Bass. I'm going to do it live. Do it live, bro. I'm going with Jake Elliott.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I like Elliott. Boys and girls, we're on the hour mark. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure if you're tuned in, you're new to the channel, you hit that sub button down below. Join the Catch family tonight. Hop in the live chat. Let us know what you guys need. Let us know what you guys are thinking, where you guys are at this point. The fantasy season now, the fantasy season go for you. Any NFL debate, any NFL fantasy questions, concerns, please let us know. We are here for you guys. If he doesn't get 15 points, I'm blaming Steven. I mean, essentially,
Please do.
If you lose in any way, shape, or form, and you watch this channel, it is Steven's fault.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with you. It's the fact that Steven is in your life now.
Oh, check this out, dude. I've got this in my office. This is what you can do. So if you win, have this face. If you lose, have this face. Oh, you like that, John? You like that?
I feel like you're going through some things. Is everything good, man? You need to talk to the Catch fam?
Getting a little sad, all right. Getting a little sad. Lost that clear. A little sad.
I can't dropping Bass feels so weird. I can't bring myself to do it.
Why don't you just look at the last time he played the Pats, and why don't you look at the
windy game?
He played. All right, so let me just break something down for you, Jared, because I had to think about this too a lot. Let's date this back to week 9. 6 points, 9 points, 1 point, 7 points, 4 points, 9 points, 7 points. That's pretty shitty, bro. We are still banking on that, week 8 and earlier when he was getting it done at such a high level. It's time to drop him now. It's time to drop him. Jerry, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it live. Okay? Can't really see the screen here. I'm dropping Tyler Bass live. Not even putting a waiver in. Boom. He's off my team. He's on the waivers. I think you can do it too with confidence.
There you go. Steven and Jerry dropping Bass, the Baster. Yep. All right. I'm going to go through some quarterback rankings, okay, for the week. And we'll see what type of conversation this sparks up. Justin Herbert, number 1 on the week, got Houston. Pretty, can't really debate that. Matthew Stafford infections got Minnesota. Patty Mahomes has got Pittsburgh. Rusty Wilson's got Chicago. Prescott's got Washington. Murray's got Indy. Hurts got the Giants. A-Rod's got Cleveland. Burrow's got Baltimore. Josh Allen's got New England. Brady's got Carolina. Lamar Jackson, if he plays, got Cincinnati. Taysom Hill, can he bounce back versus Miami? Jimmy G's got Tennessee. Tua's got the Saints. Heineker, if he plays, which I think he will, has got Dallas. Matt Ryan's got Detroit. Cousins got the Rams. Big Ben's got Kansas City. Dustin Fields got Seattle. I think we can cut it off there. Any
quarterback could have cut it off a couple of those ago.
I'm thinking,
When we start bringing up Matt Ryan, I think we brought up Matt Ryan too many times tonight.
Well, Cousins was ahead of him is the reason I can't go.
Yeah.
And then Fields in there too. So do you think Taysom can bounce back this week?
I do. I do think he can. I mean, it is a hard matchup, though. Talk about it a little bit in the comments here that, this Saints-Dolphins game is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a sloppy one because both defenses, I think, are going to bring it. Both quarterbacks are turnover prone. So We'll see how this one shakes out. But the thing about Hill is he can have all those turnovers and still with that rushing upside get it done.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, look, right? Like who you playing over Taysom Hill is my point, right? And I think in this situation you're going to have to rely on him. Kirk Cousins is somebody actually, despite playing against the Rams, we see him shine in those kind of high scoring affairs or those close games. I think Kirk might have a good game here. Thielen looking like he might come back too. You know that's his bestie.
It's his bestie for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about our boy Russell Wilson getting the Bears?
I like Russell Wilson this week too. I mean, I talk about DK Metcalf a little bit in the must start receiver video, and I'll say this: that's the least confident player on that video I am. But a lot of that has to do with that. Before that Rams game, Russell Wilson was on a upward trajectory, right? He
Yeah,
was getting it
yeah,
done. But we talked about it a little bit last night. Sometimes these Rams Seahawks games, they can have those low scoring affairs where offense really isn't super present. And that was kind of the case for the most of that game until Cooper Kupp did his thing, right?
yeah.
So I like Cooper. I like Russell Wilson this week against Chicago, but I like Fields a little bit more than him. I like Huntley more than him. Um, so there are other options I do like more than him. I think a
Mm.
more interesting question is who do you like more here for your fantasy team, Huntley or Lamar? Because I like Huntley more than Lamar, which I is that hot takey? I don't know. I just think Lamar, when he comes back with a sprained ankle, is not going to be as effective as Huntley.
I don't know if I can answer this.
I want you to answer it.
I really don't know if I have an answer, bro.
Do I need to boil some milk, dude?
I just don't know. I don't know what to say about Lamar, to be honest. Like, if he plays, is he hurt? Is he back too soon? Does he offer a better ceiling than Huntley? Is it crazy that we're even debating that?
I don't think
Can he
he does not have a higher ceiling than Huntley.
can he come back out and be the regular Lamar? Can he come back out and be the Lamar that was turnover prone just a couple weeks ago? Is he hurt? I don't. There's just so many questions there
Well, I
that
think that's kind of the thing, right? Like you're getting Lamar to come back, and we were already saying this is one of the most disappointing quarterbacks on the season. And now let's add an element to it where his best skill set is now taken away from him to a certain degree. And let's add more uncertainty to Lamar Jackson than he already has. Now, instead of, going to, I'm going to make a quick decision, which makes him such a transcendent player, he's going to be thinking about it, right? He might not look to run right away. It's just that second guessing. And I think that's going to hurt him, man. I think it's going to hurt him a lot. Like I can't play Lamar Jackson this week, and I know you
dude, I
got
was
him.
thinking
I know
about
you got
dropping
him.
him.
I would. I would. You got 2 weeks left, man.
Yeah.
You're not going to draft him next year, are you? He's not a
No.
keeper. He's not a keeper.
Jerry, I just did it. I'm glad Steven was here to hold my hand through it. We're glad
too.
Steven was here too. Yeah, Steven was glad. Shelton, I made it to the second round of the playoffs, and I need some help since I possibly want to Tyreek. Need 2 wide receivers, flex and a kicker. Scary Terry, Ayuk, Parker, Ramondre Stevenson. I would go Scary Terry just due to sheer volume, and I would go Parker, but you could make. Oh, you got to do a flex and 2 wide receivers. So I said Stevenson personally.
Yeah, Shelton, let us know about the kicker here because I see you need a kicker as well. I'd go Scary Terry, and I'd go Brandon Ayuk here. And then at flex, I'd probably lean. You know what? I'm gonna probably lean Ramondre here. I'm
Really?
not a believer in Devonta Parker. I need to pull up the numbers. I mean, I remember when he was getting it done last week. I was impressed, but I just don't love Parker this week. I think this is going to be a really gross game. Let's see
Fair
here.
enough.
Devonta Parker last week had 14.8 points when he was the only target for this offense going up against the Jets. I get it, the Saints are 25th against the position, but I just don't love him. I just don't love him being the second fiddle. I haven't really seen Tua activate 2 receivers, right? Have we seen that all year? I mean, maybe you could say Gesicki and a
Yeah.
receiver, but not 2 wide outs and Gesicki. It's just
Yeah.
I don't think he's got that in him quite yet. So yeah, I'd probably lean McLaurin, Ayuk, and Stevenson, but it's not a great situation.
I kind of like Terry Scary as a nickname.
Yeah, he is scary for your fantasy lineups.
Kickers are Zerline, Matt Prater, Elliott.
You got to start Zerline
I was
here.
about to say,
Greg
I
the
like
leg.
Zerline.
Zerline is a
personally.
very sexy leg for sure.
Yeah. All right. Listen to what you guys need. Listen if you guys got any questions. Let's look at running backs for the week. All right. We got JT at Arizona, Eckler at Houston, Robinson at the Jets, Patterson at Detroit, Montgomery at Seattle, Harris at Kansas City, Cook at the Rams, C8 at Pittsburgh, Kamara at Miami, Chubb at Green Bay, Williams at the Raiders, Elliott versus Washington, Tony Gibson at Dallas, Sonny Michel at Minnesota, Mixon versus Baltimore, Gordon at Las Vegas, Jacobs versus Denver, Jones versus Green Bay, Aaron Jones, right? Ronald Jones at Carolina, Saquon Barkley at Philadelphia, and Carter at Jacksonville, Penny at Chicago, Sanders at the Giants, Jamal Williams at Atlanta, James Conner at Indy, Deonta Foreman at San Francisco, Damon Harris, Buffalo, Jeff Wilson's at Tennessee, Burkhead's at the Chargers, Chuba is at Tampa Bay, Darrell Williams at Pittsburgh, David Johnson, Steven's favorite at the Chargers is where we'll cut it off, top 32. You got some good matchups here in week 16, man. If Eckler is healthy, he gets Houston. Robinson's got the Jets. Patterson gets Detroit. Montgomery at Seattle. The Broncos split is at Vegas. Sonny Michel, Minnesota. You got some good.
That game's interesting for sure.
Sanders at the Giants. Lions are at Atlanta. You got some good little Saquon's at Philly. Carter at Jacksonville. You got some good matchups this week for sure.
Let me ask you this. Are you, for people out there that may be in deeper leagues, do you feel confident about a guy like A.J. Dillon? And do you feel confident about a guy like Aaron Jones, right? This Packers.
Jones, yes.
You feel confident in Aaron Jones right now. And that's the same thing I would say too. I think Aaron Jones, he's not necessarily getting the work that he used to, but he's getting those touchdowns because they're using him efficiently and effectively, if you can use both those words at the same time. And I think this is going to be a game where I don't know. I kind of feel like the running back position is going to be well needed against the Browns this week.
I like Jones. I liked him last week.
Yeah.
Told a lot of people to start him last week. And he came through for me. He must have been listening to stream. He's like, I got a score for John.
I think he was doing that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aaron Jones listens to us. So write that down.
Mm-hmm.
He had a good week last week. And I think you're absolutely right. He's getting those value touches. He finds the end zone. He gets some of the receiving work as well. Am I confident A.J. Dillon? Not 100%, but he's a fine flex in deeper leagues. But out of the two, I'm far more confident in Jones for sure.
So, John, this isn't a running back comment, but this is a comment on the receivers. And MVS, who's been getting it done recently on the COVID list, had 18 points this week against the Ravens. Adams, obviously, he's, Adams. But with the receiver out, does this maybe mean another guy can step in? I know your comments on the Packers offense and everything, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Start Alan Lazard. Why not? He's
don't be angry.
Listen, I mean, I will say that there's a very specific game script we saw last week between the Ravens and the Packers, and just don't put all your cards on the table between these two teams this week, because you ain't gonna see that many points this week, more than likely, out of either team.
Okay.
But yeah, Lazard, if you have to, if MVS is down, then sure, in a deeper league, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
If it's going to be anyone, it's Lazard, it's strange to me that Cobb hasn't shown up at all ever since that week where everyone else was out.
Right? Yeah.
So
Scary
Steven. Yeah. He's up there. Ronald, Ronald, I was just thinking about you, bro. And I was kind of thinking, like, is Ronald mad at me? Did I do something? Because I haven't heard from him all night. And it's 9:14, and I haven't heard from Ronald. And I'm just glad you're here, man. I wasn't sure if you were mad at me, bro, but I was kind of missing you and you livening up the chat and everything, man. So I'm glad you're here, bro. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's good your way, my guy. Jerry, what's up, Ronald? What is up, Ronald? Does Andrews have another big game this week? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he moved up to tight end 1 just
Yeah,
because Kelsey.
he's tight end 1.
He is okay.
He is
That's
tight end 1.
crazy with the way Kelsey played last week. The fact that he moved up to tight end 1
It's going
is
back and forth, man. It's going back and forth between these two.
yeah.
And Kelsey, let's see, where's Kelsey at? Right, I mean, Kittle. Okay, so
Kittle's
Kittle's
3.
he's pretty substantially behind at 150. Man, that is pretty remarkable though. The Andrews is up there at number 1 right now. I mean, this week going up against Cincinnati, right? 24th against the position. It looks like Huntley likes him a lot too. Huntley's been using him quite a bit over the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
23 and 30 points respectively for Andrews. He's used a shit ton in the red zone as well, so I love him.
It's so crazy. You look at Andrews, Kelsey, and Kittle as your top 3. There's a significant difference when you get to Schultz and Knox. Like significant. Then he got Goddard, Henry, Pitts, like Ertz.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge difference in the amount of points they've scored compared to those top 3 guys. And you think about it, George Kittle played a full season because, don't get me wrong, he only missed 3 games and he had a bad performance versus Minnesota in week 12. But still, you add 2 of those games back. Like, I mean, this man, craziness, bro.
Yeah, Ronald notes on it right there. Kittle missed a bunch of time. Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at the stats on the season, I think it adds an element to it that Kittle is number 3 and has missed a lot of time and has also not been healthy when active all the time too. So I love Kittle. I love me some Kittle for sure.
Yeah. Jerry, I'm going to lean on Andrews, Kupp, and Stafford this week. It's a good week to lean on those guys. I think that the Rams are going to have a good week offensively too. Minnesota's one of those teams that's like, all right, like we like these shootout games, so bring it on. We're going to let you score some points tonight. And
their secondary sucks, bro.
Yeah. They're like, come on,
sucks.
We encourage the scoring. That's what we do out here. Mike Zimmer's like, you know what? Kirk's gonna play his best ball if he gets the defense is shitty. So go ahead and let the opposing offense score. So I like this game script.
What do you think about OBJ? I was expecting a little bit more out of him in that Seattle game. He had 1 point. 1 catch. Not sure if it was COVID related or what, but he was really MIA in
that game. No one did anything except for Kupp. Like
it was
in both teams. No one did anything except Kupp.
Yeah,
it was just a sluggish game between those 2 teams, the same division, and they leaned on Kupp.
So, what are your thoughts on him this week against Minnesota? I personally like him this week.
I like him, and I like Jefferson.
Definitely wide receiver 3 value. Low-end wide receiver 2. And so if you got him on your team, I mean, in our personal league, he's on someone's bench right now. And I don't know. I think you should, at least people should be looking his way. I mean, I see your comment, Ronald. Can't expect much less out of OBJ. Hey, I'm right there too. I actually hate on him more than anyone, but he's used a lot in this offense, right? And he is dynamic when he gets the ball. So I don't know.
Jerry, I wish John thought of me. I do, bro. I do.
He does.
I expected you to be here on time.
He texts me every day about you when I'm making my eggs. So it's early in the morning.
Don't let Steven confuse you. He does not make any eggs. If he does, it's in the microwave. Ronald, let's see. Just got done dinner. What'd you have for dinner, Ronald? Guys, chat. What'd you have for dinner? Please let us know. So, we do the Hello Fresh, right? So I stopped sending Steven nightly pictures.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that, bro?
It felt like maybe it was flexing a little bit. And you guys were,
I enjoyed it personally. I enjoyed it.
So this meal, right? Okay, was Gouda, broccoli, and onion melts.
Okay? Holy crap! Dude.
Yeah. So you take your chopped up broccoli. You take your cheeses, you take your caramelized onions, right? Mix it all together.
Say it slow.
Dijon mustard. Slap it all together. Throw in some butter in the pan. You grill those bad boys up, and then you make some potatoes in the good old oven. It was a good meal, to say the
That
least.
sounds insanely good, dude.
Yeah,
That sounds
it was good.
insanely
It was
good.
good. What'd you have for dinner, Steve?
Actually, surprisingly healthy, man. I had a Greek salad with chicken.
Okay.
So not probably what you were expecting there.
No, yeah, I just
But
went kind of
don't
0 to
think I'm
100.
not gonna dive into the chips later tonight.
Yeah, I just explained like a buttery, cheesy
I
clusterfuck, and you're like, I had a Greek salad.
know.
Everyone slept on Andrews during the draft, so was able to get him around 4 through 6. Everyone used their early picks on Waller, Kittle, and Kelsey, and those are the top 3 this year for sure. And then
Yeah,
Andrews is right there, unless maybe you took a flyer on Pitts. If you draft Kittle, you won't get every game. He plays too hard. He's all about blocking, throwing his body into things. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. He's a great blocker. Like, even that stat line versus
tremendous. Yeah,
the stat line versus Minnesota was awful, but he was busting up some blocks that game, bro.
yeah.
Someone has OBJ on their bench or Cup on their bench. OBJ.
OBJ.
Yeah. Mohabit, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Appreciate you coming out tonight. Would you trust Sanders, Craig Reynolds, Swift if he plays, or Jeff Wilson, pick 2 full PPR? I would go Sanders, and it's probably going to be Swift.
Yeah,
I would go Sanders and Swift. Yeah.
yeah. And we've seen Swift get it done in limited snaps too. It is a little concerning that when he comes back, he's probably not going to be full go. But
Sure.
the dude is so dynamic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Last night I was watching the Eagles game, of course. Bro, we were watching it. We were
Yep.
live. We were out here watching our boy Gilbert ball out against his squad. How'd you like that, Ronald? How'd you like that, bro? Vincent, hey fellas, Josh Reynolds plug and play this week. I got Terry. Just feels too scary.
Oh, I like that.
Any update on Darren Waller? I if Goff plays, I don't mind Reynolds this week at all. Waller, let's see. I got him pulled up here. Waller, knee/back, was listed as a non-participant Wednesday's walkthrough. It's not the greatest sign that Waller, who last suited up for a game on November 25th, isn't ready to practice, but he still has more chances to take the field in advance of Sunday's game against the Broncos. That's about all I got. That was at 7, so like 2.5 hours old.
Look, I think you're going to get an idea of this ahead of Sunday, though. So that's when you can kind of make your call, right?
Sure.
About Waller.
And it depends, who you can go out and snag as well, or who you have on your bench there, Vincent. But Waller hasn't been incredibly consistent when healthy anyways.
No.
So, yeah, let us know if you got options you're looking at, or bench options as well. Ronald says Sanders and Swift. Yeah, I agree with you, Ron. Ronald, I expected more from the Eagles D, but I mean, it was a good game from Hurts and Goddard for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I was playing. Obviously, Washington played pretty awful.
Yeah, we talked a lot about the Eagles to start off tonight, and we talked about the defense and talked a lot of good things about this team's future too. So, and actually, you would have liked last night too, because we were all rooting against Antonio Gibson last night. So it was a pretty pro Eagles stream last night.
We had 2 members of the Catch fam. We needed Gibson to have less than 8 points, 6 points, something like that. And
he got
that final catch, that last drive, did it for him. Vincent, I got a stream of time that plays at least 4 p.m. Let us know who's available for you. I mean, if Foster Moreau's hanging around for the Raiders, he's a fine option, right? Let us know who's hanging around, Vincent. Mohammed, thanks, fellas. One more. Absolutely. Do I start AJ Brown, first game back? DJ Moore, also Devonta Parker. I want to see what Steven thinks here.
Yeah, man. I don't really know how I feel about AJB right now. I mean, the shitty thing about the AJB dilemma, as Ron kind of puts it, is that you're gonna have to do this on a Thursday, right? I mean, if he would have even a couple extra days, like maybe there's a chance I'm more confident because we'll see more practice.
Yeah.
I got to imagine him coming back. It's not going to be like full go, but man, we have seen this guy. He is a true talent when he is there, and this Titans team needs an outlet. They need a receiver. So,
sure.
Listen, I think you're taking a huge risk putting him in your lineups, and that's the way I'd kind of put it. I do think you've got a good ceiling. He can obviously get the touchdown, but For me, it's too risky. It's too risky.
So who do you play, Moore or Parker?
More.
More
Gosh, that blows.
against the Bills.
No, DJ Moore against the Bucks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why was I thinking Moore?
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Ronald says we have also seen him produce right after. Ronald, I don't disagree here. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Devonta Parker, right? So that's kind of my
I like
point.
Parker. This is why I wanted to see what you
Yeah,
had to say.
let's pull up more here real quick.
Played okay last week.
9 points last week, 11.4 the week before. He's getting 10 plus targets every week. I think that's why I kind of lean DJ Moore here. He's safer, and I tend to lean a safer value, but also it's based off of your matchup, right? So if you cannot have a guy skunk you, then I just think AJB is a bigger risk factor here.
Niners secondary is not bad either.
No, they're not. They have a good defense in general, right? This is one of the better defenses over the past month. Trying to pull up AJ Brown right now. I mean, we saw a 3-game stretch where he was relevant. Outside of that, he has not gotten it done this year with injuries and just disappointment. But it's really weird that a chest injury has also held him down this much here. But yeah, expected to come back, barring any setbacks in practice Wednesday. He'll be there. Let's see. Checked out during his first 2 walkthrough sessions. It's going to be interesting. I'm not willing to do it, to be honest.
Yeah. I would play Parker personally, but it looks like we have, Ronald's saying AJ Brown, then Parker, then Moore. So got a lot of different opinions here.
Yeah.
Opinions.
Yeah, and Ronald says, but Panther targets are the worst targets in football now. I'd take Parker without Waddle. If you have Waddle back, then AJB, then Moore. Yeah, see, that's a thing too, right? If I'm expecting Waddle to be there, right? So if Waddle's not there, then yeah, Parker gets elevated a bit. And these targets are really shitty in Carolina for sure. But dude, I don't like the targets in Miami either if Waddle's still there.
Sure. Vincent, Komet, Fant, Everett, Shields, Jones. I kind of want Komet, and I hate all forms of Denver passing. Yeah, it sucks because Fant has had so many good matchups, but especially got Drew Lock coming back. They have chemistry. Don't get me wrong; they played together before, but you just can't trust them. He's already had some of the best matchups over like the last 4 weeks and has done nothing with them. So I think Komet is a fine floor, but Steven's onto something with maybe thinking about Everett here as well. Seals Jones, we don't trust, right? It'd be nice to, but last week, or last night, which technically last week, he had the Eagles' worst team in the league against a position. He did have an end zone target that was a bad pass. If it was a better pass, would have been touchdown, right? But even then, I think you got to go Everett. I'm not the biggest fan of Komet. Like, it's a safe 6 points, right?
Yeah.
But the ceiling's not there. If you're in a really bad position, like you can bank on about 6 to 8 points, 8 points if you're lucky. So I think Everett is actually the best option here. Tom Brady or A-Rod this week. What's up, Dante? Ooh.
Can we go away from A-Rod right now?
No.
He is so hot. So hot right now.
He is the odds-on favorite to win MVP, even with the media hating him now, because he's been better than everyone. It's at this point, it doesn't matter if they hate him or not. If they don't elect him, if he keeps up this pace and his constituents keep up their pace, then it's very obvious that the media does not like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I think you keep A-Rod, but can you argue against Tom? Sure, he just had his worst game of the season, but he's still Tom,
Yeah, and I don't even think it matters about him having the worst game of his season. I think it more matters of if there are limited options. My gut take is that they're going to lean on the ground more. Despite Fournette being down, they've got backs that can get it done. This offensive line is tremendous. I'd say maybe the best in the game.
Sure. Let's see here. Dante, if no Eckler, Justin Jackson, Foreman, or Reynolds, If Eckler's out for sure, you start Justin Jackson versus the Texans.
Yeah.
If he plays, then you go Foreman here, and Reynolds is an okay option too. I don't mind Reynolds this week. If Goff plays, Goff comes back, right? Parker will get 7 targets minimum. Sure. I'm against commit. Dante asking Everett or commit. I go Everett personally.
Yeah, Ronald makes a comment below too about don't take a guy with no touchdowns going his way more than likely. You look at Komet's stats on the season, he has 0 touchdowns, right? He's just not getting him. Jimmy Graham is the guy who's getting it in the red zone.
Yeah, that's true. We even saw that in this past week's game.
Yeah. He dropped that touchdown catch,
yeah.
dude. I was like, Jimmy, all you need to do is just literally do one job. You get in the red zone, like 2 plays a game. Just catch it.
Yeah. Shout out to my guy, Jimmy G. Love Jimmy G. Dante, Colts, Chiefs, or Chargers defense? What do you think about the Colts defense in general this week, Steven? What do you think about these options for boy Dante as well?
Well, should we talk a little bit about last week about how, it's just kind of a shitty spot there? I mean, I thought the Colts were a fade. They come out there, they play hot.
Everyone did, man.
Yeah. Going up against the Cardinals here, I think they're a fade again. Not saying this is going to be a
Could we be wrong?
Yeah, right. Maybe, right? I mean, the Cardinals are reeling right now. I think they're 3-3 over the past, 6 games. They're not looking great. This offense looks a little sluggish. They look banged up. Colts, I think, are weaker on the back half. So I think Ertz and Christian Kirk can have a good game here. I think Kyler can have a good game here. They don't do great against rushing quarterbacks. So for some reason, Kyler didn't run against Detroit. I imagine he'll have to run in this game because this is becoming a must-win game for Arizona, right? I think Vegas has it as a pick 'em. So I think this is going to be very competitive. I personally, out of these options, lean the Chiefs, right? Okay. That is where I'm leaning. This defense is so hot right now, and going up against Big Ben, I mean, holy shit, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I'm putting them in my personal lineups this week, starting them over the Green Bay Packers, starting them over the Miami Dolphins. I like them this week. John, I don't know what your take is on this. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the Colts either, right? This is a great unit, but I just think the higher ceilings with Kansas City for sure.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. I like all these options. I think all these 3 teams have a chance of getting 10 points this week.
And here's another thing too, right? You look at the Chiefs last week against the Chargers. Who were they missing, right? First off, they're playing the Chargers, a brutal matchup, but who are they missing? They're missing Chris Jones, their best player. Last time I checked, he's on track or at least on better track to be playing this game. Dude, I mean, that's another big dividend there too. But I mean, I just, either way, I think this is a good play with Kansas City for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm in a tough spot with Evans injured and Cooks out for Sunday. Who do I start? Gallup, need 1. T. Higgins, A.J. Brown, or St. Brown. Pick 2, wide receiver, 1 flex. Full PPR. This is to go to the championship. Geez, no pressure at all, Paul. No pressure. I'm just joking, man. Congrats on getting to the semifinal, Paul. Good to see you, bro. Great to have you here, man. Who do I start? Listen, Gallup's got 9 targets in his last 3 games.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think it's at least 8, but the targets are definitely there for Gallup.
I don't know if I'm willing to put Gallup over some of those guys, though.
No, I think I like St. Brown. It's tough here. It's tough here.
It's kind of a hodgepodge of upside down or safe floors there too, because St. Brown is a safe floor, limited upside. I think there is a lot of attachment to Jared Goff playing there because if Jared Goff's not playing, I'm not touching it. T. Higgins, I think, is going to bounce back here along with Jamar Chase. Gallup, I like him as a safe floor, but he's got to compete with Cooper and CeeDee Lamb for those value touchdowns, right? The high value, right? The touchdown targets. That's what you're worried about.
This is tough. Chat, what do you think about Paul's question here? Okay. Because I think this is really hard. Gallup, Higgins, Brown, or St. Brown with Evans and Cooks out. That's tough. Jason, do you think Gibson plays? He's listed as questionable. It's hard to say with this man because he's got like 7 injuries and it's just hard to say. Yes, I think he has a shot, but even if he does, do we trust him to be at his full potential? I ain't quite all the way convinced, but we'll just have to monitor it day by day is really all we could do at this point in time.
Mm.
Ronald Merriman, cough, cough, Merman. Elver G, hello, nice to see you, boys. Nice to see you, Elver. How are you doing tonight? Good to have you here. I hope all is well. Right back at you, bro. Let's see here. Swift, Javonte, or Barkley this week. Diggs, Hill, Jefferson, Brown, pick 3.
Oh,
it's tough between Javonte and Barkley. Really tough. They both have great matchups. I like Javonte a lot this week playing the Raiders. I would personally probably play Javonte. Then we're looking at the receivers, Diggs, Hill, and Jefferson. There's no question about it for me.
Mm-hmm.
No question at all. A-Rod is Hansel. Yeah. Eagles, Pats, or Bengals defense?
I'm a lean the Eagles here.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. I keep losing the top of the chat. Cherry, Steven, are you still working on that big test for work?
Not. I passed it. There will be more to come, unfortunately, but hopefully after the holidays. So
Ronald, I won championships on Jimmy Graham's back. Love that man, but he is done. Yeah, I don't disagree. But I do love Jimmy G. People forget about the Jimster out there.
Remember him in the Saints, bro? This guy was like Rob Gronkowski back in the day, dude.
He's the OG receiving tight end.
Yeah, he is.
He's the one. He made the argument that tight ends should be paid like receivers and be considered as important as receivers. So.
Right after he said that statement, his career went downhill.
Yeah, he got traded like the next season, and yeah.
It was Max Unger, I think, for him. It was like a center for him, and it worked out pretty well for the Saints.
Do you guys think Najee will bust again?
No.
I don't think so. Think so. No, I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Higgins and AJ Brown for me. I don't mind those picks. It's a really hard, like you can make that argument just about any way there. It's really tough.
Yeah, Ronald. I guess my point was so Ronald, you were saying you're facing a dilemma. It sounds like you have some confidence in AJ Brown here. So are you fully ready to go full tilt? Are you ready to put AJ Brown in your lineup for Thursday?
Let's see here. Chat's really hating on me. Keeps scrolling me to the bottom. What do you think about Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gabriel Davis, and Devonta Parker as Shelton? What's up, Shelton? I like Gabe Davis.
I did too.
I'll tell you that much. I got no beef with Gabe Davis, bro. St. Brown, technically, although the Falcons secondary is awful, he's got the worst part of it. But I don't mind St. Brown as long as Goff is healthy, just due to volume. I would fade Parker out of these receivers, but I don't dislike Parker this week. But looking at these options, I would fade him. Matt Gay. Sorry. Won my quarterfinal game. We were tied and Gay scored 10. Russ had 5. Crazy, bro. That's a close matchup. That's what you want in the playoff game, bro. That's just fun, right? As long as you're on the winning side. Dante Jones, standard. Jacobs, Foreman, or Renfro? Interesting. I would go Renfro.
And a standard, though. Standard, I can't do that. I'm going to go Foreman here.
Not Jacobs?
No. I think Jacobs could get it done too, yes. But I like the way Foreman's been running the rock for Tennessee going up against San Francisco. I think it's a little bit of an easier matchup in terms against the run D. I'm less optimistic about this passing offense in Tennessee as well. So I think they're going to rely on the ground game. This is a running team by philosophy as well. So, yeah, I like Foreman here. And I think that standard value is good too because he's a touchdown guy. Him and Jacobs both. But I like Foreman.
You're probably right. It's
not Renfro to me, right? That's kind of the point.
Yeah, you're probably right. I feel like Renfro's been doing so well that it's just hard for me in like just about every circumstance to stay away from him,
Yeah, I know.
I'm not pitching Devonta this week. If you ever play him this week, it is. I mean, the Raiders are incredibly bad against the running back position. So I don't disagree at all, Ronald.
Yeah, both Gordon and him are starts
Yeah.
this week.
If Mike Evans plays, should I start him?
I don't know. I would want to know your other options because I
Yeah.
really do think he's going to be limited.
Yeah, I do too. Should I trust Mixon and Jacobs this week? Yeah, I think you can, Stober. What's up, Stober? Good to see you, bro. But yeah, I think you can personally. Let's see. Sorry, I keep getting automatically scrolled down to the bottom.
Eagles,
Eagles,
Chiefs, or Eagles? I like that. That's a big Eagles love right there. It's Chiefs. It's Chiefs for me.
Chiefs for you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Steven very sold on the Chiefs defense this
I
week.
am.
How do you guys feel
Let's
about
just pull
that?
them up let's just pull them up real quick.
Sure.
Let's pull up both these guys. Just walk through it real quick because
Do it.
let's see here.
What you got here, Steve?
Chiefs right now the number 9 defense on the season. So over the last, let's say 5 games, right? Raiders, they had 7. Dallas, they had 15. Coming off the bye week against Denver, they had 17, 24 against the Raiders again, and then had the stinker against the Chargers last week with 3 points. Next 2 weeks, they have both Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. I think these guys are a play rest of the season, but definitely this week against Pittsburgh, I think they're a really good start here. Check out Philadelphia, 18th on the season over the last 5 games, right? Washington 3 points. That is a big what the hell no. What just happened right there? Before the bye week, 2 5-point performances against the New York teams, Giants and Jets. Very scary. Not sure what's going on with this Eagles team over the last 3 weeks. And then the 2 weeks before that, they had the 13 and 11-point performances against the Broncos and Saints. But when you look at most recently what they've been doing the last 3 weeks, it is certainly a cause for hesitance, right? Because you got the Giants, Jets, Washington, 3 amazing matchups, ideally, right? And they have sub 10 points. In fact, it's like 5 points or lower. Like, I don't know. I get it that they're going against Glennon, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not too sure that that really matters here anymore, right?
Sure. We need to go back a spot here to Paul's question. He says, "Dude, I gave you my other options: Gallup, St. Brown, AJ Brown, and Higgins." LOL, which is true. When he asking about should he play Mike Evans? Yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of information we take in at once here on a nightly basis, so I apologize there, Paul. But you definitely did. Your original statement was in a tough spot with Evans injured and Brandon Cooks out for Sunday, and then yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So if Evans plays, should he start him over Gallup, Higgins, Brown, or St. Brown? Is the question there? I think you can consider it. I think you consider it for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I would personally. Yeah, I would.
It really is one of those things where you're going to have to look at it and you're going to say, do you have the cojones? Do you have the chops to bench a Mike Evans in the playoffs? I personally say if when you've got those guys on your squad, you can do it, right? Because personally, I don't think Evans is going to play, right?
I
And
don't think he's
then
going to play either.
I don't think you're going to have to worry about this. But if he does play, I don't think he's going to be there full go. And even if he's on the field, he's not going to be the fast Mike Evans that we all know. And he for sure is going to get the Stephon Gilmore treatment.
Sure.
So there's a variety of factors that I'm just not loving Mike Evans here. And he's not like an AB where he's going to be route running all over the field. He's a big body. He uses his body, uses his big hands to go get that ball. Stephon Gilmore can minimize that.
Sure. Yeah. I would consider starting him though. I would, bro. I think
you better make an argument, right, for Paul
Sure.
right here.
Yeah,
you better
yeah,
make an argument for Paul.
My argument is that it's that time of the season, right? We always see Evans play well towards the end of the season, and his upside, the ceiling is just always there, right? And I think at the flex, I don't hate it. And then you can start 2 of those other receivers. Ronald, I would never start him. So obviously a lot of different opinions. And I totally understand you guys saying that you don't want, I think you could drop him. Woo.
Oh, okay. I don't know about all that. I wouldn't drop him yet. Ronald's getting hot with it. He's getting hot with it.
Hey, Ronald's, that's why we respect Ronald. He states his opinions, right? Chat, let us know. Let's continue to flesh this out for our boy Paul, right? Is Mike Evans a start over Gallup, St. Brown, AJ Brown, or T. Higgins? All right, let me find where we were at. Okay, Jimmy was really the first Travis Kelce. Yes, I agree.
Yep.
I agree. Absolutely. Let's see here. Lee Chapman, what's going on, Lee? Appreciate you coming out tonight. Good to have you here. Hope everything is going well your way.
What is up, Lee?
Full PPR, 10-man flex, Ayuk Thursday night, Parker Monday night with COVID cases happening. Worried about waiting until Monday for Parker. I think that's fair enough. It's a good matchup for Ayuk. This Tennessee Titans secondary is trash. This is easily the worst part of this team. So,
yeah, I mean, we both expected Jimmy Garoppolo to have a bigger game against Atlanta. I mean, it could easily happen this week against Tennessee, which would be good for Ayuk.
I would go Ayuk too, especially if you're already worried about COVID cases and things like that, Lee. Ronald, I do have confidence in him because I need to win. He'll be the only option I see him produce right out of missing time. I have him in all three leagues now. He's on the IR, so I might not play him just because I have to drop someone to do it Thursday nights. But yes, I have confidence in him in reference to AJ Brown there. So I think it's a good move if you can leave him on the IR, just kind of see how he does for the week, right? So I don't hate that. I think Tanny has just been waiting to get him back. He's just going to feed him, going to pass him every time he gets open, and he can get open. That's a good point, too. Like, if you're the Titans, right, and you're on this team, or offensively, right, you're looking at this team, what else are you going to do? Like, you got Foreman, who's been kind of stepping up as well, but you don't have anything else, right? So why would you not feed this man? I think that's a good point.
Yeah, I get that. I think you could say that for I think you could have said that for a large part of this season now.
Sure.
It's like,
Sure.
I mean, Julio Jones, Ronald, we know how you feel about Julio Jones, right? I mean, they haven't had a whole lot of other options at the receiver position all season,
Sure.
especially now, right? But yeah, I mean, right. It just sucks, right? It sucks that you got 2 more weeks left because AJ Brown is a transcendent type of player. He's a superstar player, so you wish you could have had more time with him.
Should I run with Justin Jackson or Sony for flex? Asked Justin. What's going on, Justin? I mean, if we get the word that Eckler is out, then yeah, Jackson's a must start. That's for sure. Houston Texans, all focus position. Don't really need to break that down at all. But if he doesn't, then I think he goes Sony.
Yeah.
Mike Evans will definitely not play. He's a history of hamstrings. They can't risk it if they want for playoffs. They're playing the info game. Yeah.
Ronald said something really important right there. With how shitty this receiver situation is working out for the Bucks, they are in playoff mode now. Like, they are thinking, we need our guy back.
Yeah.
That Godwin loss, I think, really hurt their chances. Like, really hurt their chances because AB is still banged up. I don't think he would be back if it wasn't for Godwin. So this situation, they need Evans healthy, like now in the playoffs more than ever.
Stober, I meant Pat's. My bad. No worries, man. Let us know if you need to restate that question. 3 Walketeers, what's going on? Would you start CH or Jeff Wilson?
It's a tough one.
Probably
Jeff Wilson.
Steve and I are really on 2 different spectrums. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to read off my phone because my chat on my screen's all messed up. So sorry if it looks like I'm like staring off into space. But we didn't trust Jeff Wilson last week and we regretted it.
Yep.
Tennessee's much better against the run than the Falcons are.
That is true.
I would go CH.
That's fair. It's just
chat. Leave it up to the chat. CH or Jeff Wilson this week.
We see how the Chiefs use CH. It's so frustrating, man. That's why I can't say it with as we love to say the word. Can't say it with absolute conviction.
Let's see. Paul and Ronald going back and forth about Evans. That is Mikey Ouch Miami Evans. Saxophone. What's going on, Saxophone Sunsets Media? 10-team league. I made it to the final 4 at 9-6. Better ending than 14-team league. For defense, I got San Fran and Miami. Which one should I keep? I got Joseph as kicker. Okay to keep or stream another.
Yeah, I absolutely think Joseph you can ride with. I talk about it a little bit in the kicker video. If you've got any of those top 5, top 6 kickers on the season right now, more than likely you're gonna ride with your guy, right? Outside of maybe like a Justin Tucker because of how Harbaugh likes to go for it on fourth, maybe more than anyone, right? But yeah, Joseph, absolutely, you can play him. And then when you're talking about San Francisco and Miami, you got to look at it this way, right? I I think that Tennessee is a better offense, right? Despite the fact that they don't have anybody right there right now. I mean, I think AJB would be a huge benefit for this offense. Even if he doesn't get the targets, I think he's going to open it up. And I just think Miami's going to be able to capitalize on Taysom Hill. So I would absolutely lean Miami here. I think they're a really strong defensive unit in general.
Ooh, I agree.
Yeah.
True story, but he's been awesome this season except 2 games. Yeah, he's been like a top 8 receiver. That's true. Shelton. Okay, so if you had the chance to take one in place of Parker, would it be St. Brown or Davis? St. Brown.
Yeah, matters on what you want though, right? Gabe Davis obviously has a touchdown value, but I would lean St. Brown like
Yeah.
probably 5 out of 5 times.
Eagles D or Seattle?
Eagles defense. Ow, shit.
I go
Shit.
Eagles. I go Eagles.
Fuck. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but yeah. Yeah.
There you have it. Ronald Wright. It's the same thing about Julio. How did that play out? St. Brown for sure. Davis versus New England. Yeah. Stober, if I get Ronald Jones or a top waiver wire running back, would you start them over Jacobs or in a flex over Chase? I don't think so.
I don't think so with Chase, man. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Ronald, that's why they shut down Fournette. If they won't risk Lenny, they won't risk Evans. If it's Mitchell, sits Wilson. If Mitchell plays, and CH. I also worry about D. Williams. Sure. Mitchell's already been declared out. Okay, thank you, 3 Walketeers. That's good info there.
Yeah.
Good update. Then go Jeff Wilson. I agree with Ronald. Go Jeff Wilson and Steven.
Dude, we have the Jets quarterback, Mike White, in the chat, guys. He is in the chat. Holy crap. Foreman or Michelle in the fantasy championship game. Mike White, lead us to the promised land. It's going to be Foreman here for me, for sure.
I agree with Foreman as well. Chat, what do you think? That's a big question. Fantasy championship, obviously. So, what do you guys think there? Foreman or Michelle? Get your thoughts in here. Saxophone, same league. Lamb, Metcalf, Renfro, Ayuk, St. Brown. Waiver request for Gabriel Davis. Which 2 or 3? Leaning Lamb and St. Brown if Goff starts. Gabe if I get him. Don't fade Renfro here either, though, is my only concern. Yeah, if it's full PPR, then I think you got to go Lamb, Renfro, and then St. Brown. Or if it's Gabe, I fade Gabe here. Yeah, so request for Gabe. I mean, I don't love Gabe tonight, or this week. I'm sorry. No, I don't. Yeah, I go St. Brown, Renfro, Lamb, and even Ayuk.
That's what COVID does to you, dude. It makes you think that there's a game every night now.
Yeah, I know. Michael White has Eckler on COVID protocol. Yeah, if he comes back, then you start that man. If he's declared healthy, no question marks, you start him for sure. I think Eckler will play, says Ronald. I'm optimistic about Eckler. Steven's not, but he's an Eckler owner, so that's why.
Yeah.
Saxophone, it's half PPR. It doesn't really change it for me. Just making sure it wasn't standard. I would still go with those guys. Michelle has better matchup. He's been getting more touches lately. He has. And it's you're playing Foreman on a short week. I get that too. I think it's gonna be a pretty competitive game tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree, Steve.
No, I definitely think it's gonna be competitive. Let me just read you real quick Foreman's game logs the past 3 weeks. 22 carries, 13 carries, and 19 carries the 3 games prior. 14 fantasy points, 13 fantasy points, 9.7 fantasy points, half PPR, right? Foreman is a good back, right? The Titans love him. The Titans are going to use him a ton against the Niners, I believe. And I think he's going to get it done. Sonny Michel's been getting a lot of work. He's a pretty good back, too. But, it's just an extra week for Henderson to get healthy, get involved, get back into shape, get back into this offense. And,
Yeah.
this easily could become a lights out passing affair, right? Where Cooper Kupp, OBJ, Van Jefferson, Matt Stafford eat, and the running backs go null and void, right? I'm leaning Foreman for sure here.
I think you can make the argument for Mitchell as well, just because Minnesota is one of these teams that gives up a lot of points. So it's really close there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ronald, I would take Foreman. Can't figure out the split in LA. So in the playoffs, I'm playing floor as much as upside. So Foreman. I think I agree. Like we saw Henderson get less touches this last week, but just coming fresh off the COVID list, I don't know if that stays. Michael, why Foreman? Yeah, so I think we broke that down a little bit there. I mean, at the end of the day, man, trust your gut. Always say it here, man.
Nonetheless, trust your gut.
Yeah, hate to talk you out of your conviction there, my dude, but I think we would consider our boy Foreman here. All right, let's see here. Paul, Duke Johnson, maybe. I think he's going to be a good filler. Najee Robinson go down for me. I'll say this about Duke Johnson. They get the Saints.
Yeah.
They had the Jets last week. You're going from 32 against the position to 1. I don't trust Duke Johnson at all. And I think Gaskin's, the only reason Duke got the majority of this carries, according to Brian Flores, was because Gaskin didn't get as many practice reps. Didn't get any, actually, if I'm not mistaken, or at least got one day, right? So they just went with Duke Johnson. I would drop Duke Johnson, truthfully.
Yeah.
I see no value in Duke Johnson this week.
Yeah.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer there, my dude. I mean, I'm happy you're happy about Johnson, but I think you're chasing points that aren't going to happen again.
Me too.
And I think that's a sincere warning. If this was my roster in the playoffs, I would not roll really with any of the Miami Dolphins running backs versus the Saints this week at all. Ronald, I do not trust you, Johnson. That is a trap. Thank you. Very good in a nutshell summary of what I just said. Paul, please God, don't get the COVID. Well, I hope none of your fantasy players get
COVID. Seriously.
I mean, there's every chance it's all Gaskin, no Johnson, plus Brown and Lindsey. Yeah, I forgot Lindsey's on this team too.
Yeah.
So weird, man. Michael, okay. Hey, appreciate you being here tonight, Mike. If you got any other questions, please let us know. And just appreciate you coming out and talking some fantasy with us tonight, my dude. Paul, I'm dropping Malcolm Brown to pick him up.
I don't like Malcolm Brown. You can drop that guy for sure.
There's probably more upside in even with what we just said.
Yeah,
there's probably more upside in Johnson there. Andrea, Sony Michel, or Foreman. We just had a good old debate about these two.
Yeah. I think what the end result is that we're leaning I lean Foreman for sure. I think a couple of us lean Foreman for the fact that he offers that higher floor. He's going to get used a shit ton in this offense. Sony Michel obviously has the chance to fall into the end zone. He gets used a ton in this Rams offense. I'll say my general takeaway, though, is look at his last 3 games, look at his workload, look at how the Tennessee Titans team likes to operate and has been operating with him over the past few weeks. I think Foreman's a for sure play this week. I wish I had him on my squad. I can tell you that.
Mike White, would you play Gesicki or Everett in championship game? Definitely trying to win. Pot is 480. Winner take all. Ooh. I would lean Gesicki.
Yeah,
I would lean Gesicki here. Just a safer floor, safer ceiling. He's been a great tight end on the year. I would take Gesicki. Got Eckler and Mixon starting for flex. I got Rojo, Carter, and Penny. Does Carter have a bounce back, or is Rojo better with all the Bucs injuries?
Yeah, he's better.
I would take Rojo over Carter, but it is close.
And about Penny, Pete Carroll came out and said that this is going to continue. We're going to continue to use a split backfield. So that Detroit Lions matchup that everybody wanted next week, not going to happen.
And he's hurt. I mean, he's banged out.
Yeah.
It's rough. Ronald, I'll drop Malcolm Brown to pick up a mascot. Yeah, I mean, I do think Johnson is better than Brown. That's for sure. Maybe a mascot too. Ronald, I would take Gesicki targets. Yeah. Paul Elmayo. Yeah. Hate to be a Debbie Downer on you there, Paul, but just gotta be honest with you, man. All right, boys. So it is 10 p.m. Usually when we cap things off. Appreciate everyone coming out tonight. It was a great stream. A lot of good conversation tonight. You guys absolutely killed it. I appreciate you guys coming out night in and night out. Just have a blast chilling with you guys every night, talking fantasy, talking NFL, man. Last question, Michael White. Murray, my starting quarterback, have no other. Do you believe he is safe play in championship game? Yeah, I think this is
Yeah, I
a
do.
I think this is a good game for Murray versus the Colts. Good game
Yeah.
script. Both these teams want to win this game badly.
Yeah.
Badly. This is
I
a
think
good
it's
game
gonna be a
script.
fun Christmas game. I think Kyler gets it done too. I think he has a good fantasy performance, and there's nobody on your waivers you're starting over this guy.
Colts defense is buzzing, but you got to start Murray. The ceiling's too high. He's a championship quarterback as well.
Yeah.
So, fantasy championship quarterback, I should say. Andrew, have a good night. Good night, Andrew. Always appreciate you coming through. Jerry, it's fun to be back in the stream. Hey, it's fun to have you here, Jerry. No, we appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys chilling tonight. Had a great time with you guys. Paul, always fun. Absolutely, Paul. Hit the like button on the way out, guys. Really does help us out. Hit that sub button if you're new to the channel. Also, truly, truly, really does help us out. Must Start Defenses is out. Go check that out. Drop a like, drop a comment. Must Start Kickers out as well. Go check that out. Must Start Receivers dropping tonight after the stream. So make sure you guys check that out. Hit that like button on it. Hit the comment. Really, truly does help us out, guys. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss any uploads or streams. Discord link in the description down below. Completely free to join. Connect with the community. Connect with us. Get NFL and fantasy updates when you guys are not streaming, or when we're not streaming, when you guys are not watching us stream. Just a good way to be a part of the community as well. So appreciate you guys. Andrew asking what time tomorrow. I will be conducting a special Christmas stream tomorrow. And I will be on during the day playing Madden and hanging out with whoever swings by, talking fantasy, talking NFL. I will be on for a couple hours tomorrow. I will be straight chilling. So I don't know exactly what time. I got some errands to run when I get up, got some things to do. Then I will be on. I'm off for 5 days. I took an extended Christmas break. Steven, I hope you're not dying there. So I will be on tomorrow. Don't know exactly what time. So that's kind of a letdown because you're
Jerry,
asking,
what time?
Andrew, Andrew, him at the okay. Simon for president. Take care, fellas. Happy holidays. Yes. If we do not talk to you guys, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I will not be on. Steven will not be on Christmas Eve or Christmas. But we will have regular uploads. But we will not be on the 24th or 25th, but our uploads will be up. Might pop out a special video for you guys on Christmas or something, but no live streams Christmas Eve or Christmas. Very, very, very serious special days to both Steven and I. But you guys, more importantly, take a day off, enjoy the holiday with your family, watch some football. We're going to get some good football on Saturday, so you guys kick back and relax. But I will be on tomorrow, so you guys will get one last stream before Christmas. Jerry, please send a message in the Catch family to let us know. Absolutely, Jerry, I can do that for you guys. Absolutely. I'll send in the Discord as well. So I appreciate you guys. Happy holidays to everyone if we don't hear from you or see you. Truly, truly thankful for you guys. Thankful for this community. You guys coming out day in, night out. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Day in and night out.
It is now.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Thank you guys for watching our uploads, man. I mean, we're, the channel is just growing day by day, and it's just phenomenal to watch. And we really can't tell you guys how thankful we are for you guys. So hit the like button on the way out. Hit the sub button if you're new. Look forward to seeing you guys in the comment section and future streams. Ronald, or when put the reminder up. Sure, you guys got it. I will. That's a good point. I'll make a post. I'll get you guys hooked up. Don't worry. We'll be chilling tomorrow. Look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a phenomenal night, phenomenal holiday. Thank you guys so much. Got nothing else to say, but thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace. Steven, you can say something now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Merry Christmas, guys. Love you guys. Have a great holiday. Yeah, you piece of shit. Merry Christmas to everybody except for this piece of shit right over here, right? This Scrooge motherfucker. No, but Merry Christmas, guys. Please do talk and join Discord if you have not already. You can be messaging in there over the break too, because I will definitely want to be talking to you guys during that Colts Cards game. I'm going to be pumped for that one. Definitely want some other people to enjoy that game with as well during that one. And also drop some comments in the kicker video especially, and let us know what your holiday events are, what you do tradition-wise, your favorite foods. just tell us what you guys do for Christmas and the holidays. Somebody already mentioned to me that they do this 7-fish Italian course meal. It sounded like the most divine thing in the world. I mean, it sounded decadent. It was amazing. We just want to know about it. We want to know more about you guys in general, right? This is not just football, it's about the community. So please do drop some comments. I'm looking forward to it. I want to know more about it.
Absolutely. Jerry, LOL. Ronald, we know who's boss.
Sign off. Don't even ask Steven what he wants to say.
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
All right. Love you guys.
Good night.